WWE is a company which has always seen a lot of mainstream crossover, with that being the driving force behind the early success of WrestleMania and the involvement of the likes of Muhammad Ali, Cyndi Lauper, and Mr. T helping to make the event a phenomenon. There are often celebrities who have a long-standing relationship with WWE over the years, making several appearances over time and holding deep friendships with those in the industry. One of those is Hollywood actor, politician, bodybuilder, and lover of the professional wrestling business, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is still to this day one of the most recognizable faces in the world. The relationship between Arnold Schwarzenegger and the professional wrestling business dates back several decades, and the first instance of it came around when the bodybuilding star was working in Hollywood. In famous films such as The Running Man and Predator, as Schwarzenegger starred alongside wrestling legend Jesse the Body Ventura, sparking a friendship between the pair. Coincidentally, they would both end up working in politics later in their careers. Schwarzenegger also worked on the film Conan the Barbarian, where he and Andre the Giant became friends all the way up until the wrestling icon's passing in 1993. The pair would infamously be involved in a hilarious tale, which saw Andre the Giant pick him up in a restaurant after a friendly dispute over who was to pay, which Schwarzenegger spoke about in the HBO Andre the Giant documentary, and it is among the most surreal behind-the-scenes stories in the business, and that is saying something. There were many friends Schwarzenegger had in the wrestling industry, but perhaps none more notable than with one of the greatest WWE champions of all time, Bruno Sammartino, who he met at the Mr. Olympia competition. When it comes to WWE itself, Schwarzenegger has appeared several times on WWE programming, for instance on an episode of SmackDown all the way back in 1999, in which he was awarded a replica WWE title belt by the WWE chairman Vince McMahon. The episode also saw him lay out Triple H in an iconic SmackDown moment. Of course, celebrities getting the upper hand on wrestlers is a common trope which some fans aren't too fond of, but an exception can be made for Schwarzenegger. His fisticuffs with WWE superstars didn't end there, as in 2014 he appeared on WWE programming once again, this time on Monday Night Raw to promote his latest movie, though he was confronted by fellow actor The Miz. Of course, The Miz would end up on the floor at the end of the segment. At WrestleMania 31, Schwarzenegger also played a role in Triple H's Terminator-themed entrance, with the pair seemingly patching up their differences from 16 years prior. This was done to also help promote the latest film in the Terminator franchise. Aside from the fun segment on SmackDown, when Schwarzenegger dished out a flurry of punches against Triple H, his most notable WWE appearance came in 2013 at the WWE Hall of Fame event. After years of bad blood, the bridges between the WWE and Bruno Sammartino had been mended somewhat, and it allowed the record-breaking champion to get rightfully inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. It was his longtime friend Arnold Schwarzenegger who was given the honor of inducting his friend, which was no doubt a big deal for him and a lovely moment shared between the two. In 2015, prior to his cameo in Triple H's WrestleMania entrance, Schwarzenegger himself was entered into the celebrity wing of the WWE Hall of Fame, celebrating his cameos in WWE and his impact across other forms of media and competition. It is of no surprise really that it was Triple H who was given the job of inducting him, after their storied history dating back to the Attitude Era. Out of all the celebrities in the Hall of Fame, Schwarzenegger is arguably one of the most deserving. Schwarzenegger was someone who brought about a lot of attention when he initially appeared in WWE, and his small cameos over the years were always enjoyable and noteworthy. Perhaps most of all, though, his bonds with former wrestlers are the most joyous thing when it comes to his history in WWE. From funny stories with Andre to a friendship with Bruno, he will always be in and around wrestling folklore despite never having a match himself, though in his prime he would have undoubtedly been the perfect image of a superstar in Vince McMahon's mind had he wanted a change of career at some point.